When I think about Queenstar, I think of joy and radiance. Everyone knows her on campus. She always jokes that with a name like Queenstar, everyone knows her.
The best thing about Queenstar, though, is how God is just written all over her life and just radiates through her.
Yeah, God is evident in her story, and I've always wanted more people to hear it.
I was born in the Bronx, New York, and at around age 2, my parents realized that they couldn't take care of me and work at the same time, so they sent me to live in Ghana with my mom's aunt, and I stayed there for about 4 years. While I was there, my parents were sending money to my great aunt to take care of me, to send me to school and stuff. And after a while, my parents realized that I wasn't getting the education that I needed, so they decided to just bring me back to America. This really bothered my aunt because then the money that she'd been getting would stop, so she took me to a witch doctor. After I came back to America, my cousin started living with my parents and I, and all was fine, all was well up until I turned around 14 or 15. Around this age, like a lot of girls just, you're growing up, you're changing, and you start relating to your mom in a different way than you have been. And when that started happening for me, it was just really hard to relate to my mom because my cousin was sort of like a wall there. She'd had a relationship with my mom, and it seemed like I was threatening that relationship. So she started feeding my mom just lies about me and stuff, and would consistently make up stories and just different things, and to make my mom turn against me. And eventually it started working. She went to Ghana when I was my freshman year of high school, and she came back. She took a picture of me to Ghana, came back and told my mom that a pastor had said that I was evil and demonic, and I was going to ruin the rest of my siblings, and that I was going to cause havoc in my house. The point in my life where my problems just my internal problems seemed to just dissipate and disappear was a time when I realized that I had no one. My parents didn't look like they were going to change anytime soon, and I just needed to, look at God, which became my only option. So I was flipping through the Psalms one afternoon, and I read through Psalm 27, and it landed on Psalm 27:10, which said, "When your mother and your father forsake you, I will lift you up." And I came to this point where I was like, I'm gonna have to take God on this because it's my only option. It's do or die at this point. And I read it over and over, and I started crying, and for the first time in my life, I just really talked to God and told him everything that was really bothering me, and this overwhelming sense of peace just washed over me, and I can't, there's no word in the English language to describe what came over me, and my internal problems just stopped. I was so joyful, and I was at peace, and I felt like I had someone over me, I had God over me, and that everything was gonna be okay. The summer before my senior year of high school, it felt like my relation with God was just growing exponentially. I was just, Christ was just all I had, and I just leaned on him completely. And he kept blessing me with people who were willing to help me. This lawyer there who had started to kind of mentor me, and when she knew about all that was going on, and she just kind of made it her kind of her life goal to help me. And she finally got me in contact with DCP&P, Child Protection Services, and at first they were they were kind of standoffish with opening up my case, but through a lot of prayer and just God just being so faithful, they opened my case exactly 2 weeks before my 18th birthday, which was the close-off date for your case to be open. This is again just God showing me that he was going to be there for me, even when it felt like I was at the tip of the mountain, and I was gonna fall off. God was just showing me that he was going to be there for me, and I had to learn to trust him completely. So I left my parents' house the day before my 18th birthday, and I got DC Child Protection Services they set me up in an apartment, and they provided for me the things that I needed, and all I had to do was focus on school. And I did that. I graduated high school, and I told them that I didn't feel like I was supposed to stay in New Jersey for school, and that there was a school called Liberty, and it was in Virginia. I didn't know anyone in Virginia, but I just felt like God was calling me there, and I had to go. So I had to step out on faith again, and I trusted God, and they helped me with the enrollment process. They were very, very supportive, and they got me to Liberty University.
Just in the past week, Queenstar has received the news that the state is no longer paying her tuition.
So we're presented with the issue of having to raise $9,000 for her overall tuition this year. Her first deadline is November 4th, so about a month from now. As a group of friends, we're all coming together and able to share Queenstar's testimony, to share the beauty that she holds inside of her, the beauty that she gives to everyone else. And we're just coming to you guys to ask for help, to ask for any kind of support, prayer, money, anything that could benefit her in her walk here. We need her to stay at Liberty. We want her here. Everyone wants her here. Everyone knows who Queenstar is.